and we're going to get into it. So my name is Shernell Bartholomew. I am a certified health coach, registered massage therapist, and trainer, and I am your vitality coach. Now, what is that? A vitality coach is someone who wants you to have the energy that you need, that you want to live a limitless life. So really, I work with a lot of women, a lot of moms who are just super busy, super busy, and really, really tired, right? There are so many things in the fitness and health industry. They're telling you what to do and what to buy and how to look, and they're making it very overwhelming and incredibly complicated. And I'm here to take that away. Hey, Mar. So we're talking about reclaiming your energy. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. It doesn't have to be over the top like the way the fitness industry wants you to look at it. So I want to say thank you for joining. I'm going to say thank you to Alana and all the background, Osana and Mikey, and everyone who's helping me here, Abby and Deanna, sorry, because this has to be a monumental task. It just has to be. So I am 34 weeks pregnant. My energy is still going. We're still going. I got a couple aches and pains, but I can work on those. But I have 2 girls. I am running a business from home. My big girl is in school. She just turned 7, if you see the balloon. My little one is at home. She's 3.5. And I wanted to create a program that would help me. So after I had my first, obviously it was like getting hit by a Mack truck. I was tired. I had cravings. I would find myself just standing in front of the fridge or a cupboard trying to figure out what to get. I was craving and crashing. I was having super mood swings. Thank you, Pregnancy Glow, thanks. And I was having arguments with my partner consistently. Like, we were like, is this really what it's like when you become parents? Is this what it's going to be? So that I was a massage therapist at the time, and understanding the way pain affects your body physically, mentally, the way stress affects your body physically and mentally. I started looking deeper. I started looking at the food I was eating. I started looking at how I was sleeping. I started looking at holistic health in general, affirmations and meditation and yoga and all of those things that could help my body get back on track. And what I ended up doing was becoming a health coach, essentially, focusing in on moms who are super busy, super tired, but they want to create the energy to live that limitless life. They want to have the energy so they can be there for their kids, for their business, for their family, but so they can still feel amazing. Like, it's not just mom life. You are a whole person. Where you can follow me, I should type it in the chat, right? At Mrs. Shernell. Did I get that right? There we go. Mrs. Shernell on Instagram. You can follow me there. You can click the link in my bio there. You'll go to my website. I have my services and my programs, but I also have an email list. So join the email list and we can set up a free call. Hey, Miranda, welcome. So that's a little bit about me. So after my first, it was a huge whirlwind, and I created the Vitality Movement, which is my coaching, essentially to help other moms and other women who are just super busy. You know, there are possibilities for you. You know that there are things that you want to achieve, but you're just not there yet. So that is this. This is not about calories. It's not about a size. We're going to get rid of all of that. This is about you feeling amazing because you deserve to feel amazing. It's pretty much what it is, right? So like I said before, health should not be complicated or overwhelming. It should not be about deprivation, but it does have to be unique to you. Your body is incredibly unique, and you need to have somebody on your side who's going to pay attention to that and who's going to listen to your specific obstacles and listen to your specific goals. So that's what I do as a health coach. So connecting the stress of, as a massage therapist, the physical stress I saw, as a health coach, and also as a personal trainer, bringing that whole system was how I created the Vitality Movement. So anybody say yes? Hi, right here. Do you feel that you need more energy in your day? Either 2 o'clock comes and you hit a wall and you crash and you're searching for that something. You're searching for a coffee or a snack. You need to pick me up. Maybe you wake up and you feel like, I swear I was sleeping, but I'm still tired. Or you're just going all day. You're going all day. And at the end, there's nothing left for you, right? You've dealt with the family and the business and the kids, and there's nothing left for you. Coffee on IV drip, right? You need that. You absolutely need that boost. And it's coming from there, right? Dropping the kids off, making lunch, breakfast. The other day, I'm pretty sure I stood in the kitchen for like 6 hours. Like you're just always in there. Someone needs a snack, right? So we're going to dive into some real actionable strategies that you can apply to your life, like today, right now, to help reclaim your energy, because it's there. We just need to tap into it. So we're going to, especially at a time like this, there's a lot more on our shoulders as moms. So we're going to dive in. So the first one, which is a big one, is believing that you are worth it. You have to believe that you are worth the effort, the work, the time it's going to take to cultivate these new habits. It's really about your daily habits. It's not about something you're going to do one time. It's about your daily habits. You have to make yourself a priority, and you have to know that by doing that, you are going to be supporting yourself and the people around you, right? We talked about yesterday, Miss Vivian got into it, Miss Jam Gamble got into it, about making yourself a priority. You can't pour from an empty cup, right? So the first step in reclaiming your energy is knowing that you are worth it and making yourself a priority. You are absolutely worth it. At the end, there are so many possibilities for you. So you need to know that you have to dive in. You have to give that time to yourself. You have to make that time for yourself. It doesn't just show up. We all know there are people who say they want the big thing or say they want the results, but haven't really wrapped their head around the amount of work that it will take to get there. So this is my shout out to you. You are worth it. I want you to say, I am worth it, I am capable, and I am enough. It is all for you. You are absolutely allowed to be the priority in your life. Because if mama goes down, the house goes down with mama, right? You have to know that you are a priority. So we dive into true behavior change when I work together with my clients, because it's not about something you're going to do randomly. It's not about deprivation for 2 weeks or for 6 weeks. It's really about the small daily habits we can do every day. So maybe you can't work out for an hour or 90 minutes. That's fine. Dance in your kitchen for 10 minutes. That's what I want you to do, right? Small actionable steps that you can take every single day. So that first one. Hi, Tanya. Hey, Leanne. Yeah, Leanne. So that was the first one, is making yourself a priority. Incredibly, incredibly important. Hi, Jen. I just saw you jump in there. All right. So don't let anybody tell you otherwise. If you are taking time for yourself, you do not need to feel guilty for it. Mama needs to be sane, right? Mama needs to have patience. And however mama needs to cultivate that, you do your thing, right? For me, hey, Ashley, how are you? For me, it's meditation in the morning, a little bit of writing, and I try and get my movement in. It's what works for me. It takes time to figure that out, the morning routine. But once you get what helps you create that energy, it's so important to stick to it. You're going to figure out your magic sauce, right? So believing you are worthy is the top one. Believing you are worthy of the changes that you need to make in order to take care of yourself and make yourself a priority, right? We have this momentum in life that just keeps moving us. We have to make ourselves the focus, right? And then it opens up. You are so capable of such amazing things. So I am worthy. I am capable. I am enough. I want you to say it. I want you to write it, put it on your wall, on a sticky note, your laptop, like background, screensaver, whatever it is. You have to know that you are worth it. Okay, we're going to get into number 2 now. So that was number 1. Number 2 is probably one of my favorites, is exercise and movement, right? We all know we should be moving our bodies daily. It is what it is, right? The old adage, if you don't move it, you lose it. But why, right? Why? So we need to be able to, yes, maybe lift something heavy or run a long distance, but it could also be, I just want to go up the stairs without pain. I want to be able to play with my kids and my kids' kids later. Like, I want to get old gracefully, right? I want to be able to enjoy and go out dancing. I want to have fun with my partner. I want to be able to experience things in nature. Whatever it is, movement is key. Maybe you don't have, I need to run an ultra marathon. Girl, I'm a sprinter. I'm not running a marathon, but I like to lift heavy things. That's my thing. But the benefits of movement are so overwhelming. You're going to feel amazing. Movement actually creates energy in your cells. It's called that piezoelectricity. P-I-E-Z-O or Z-O, right? Piezoelectricity. The movement actually creates energy in your cells. It builds you up. You're getting fresh oxygen, right? The aerobic capacity of your lungs. You're pumping blood through your muscles. It's incredibly restorative. Movement is so important. It can actually take years off of your life. So imagine you saying you want to feel younger. By moving a little bit each day, you are actually going to be able to do that for your body. And you're going to have the energy as if you were younger, right? So really moving your body in a way that feels good, right? So it doesn't have to be punishment. It doesn't need to be exercise you hate. It actually needs to be something you enjoy and you can do consistently 5 days a week, 6 days a week, even 7 days a week if you love it. It could be the dance break in your kitchen with your kids. It could be yoga or Pilates. Maybe it's walking or running. Maybe it's lifting heavy things. Maybe it's kickboxing. Go ahead and kick something, girl. Got to let out some frustration, some anger. Whatever you need to do, movement is key. What we need to do is we need to get rid of that first roadblock. Those first few seconds where you're like, maybe I'll push my workout till later. Maybe I don't need to do it today. I really want to sleep in a little bit more, right? Those first 5 seconds, I always say, like Miss Mel Robbins, just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, give yourself 5 seconds and just do it. And you have to prepare yourself for success. So movement is absolutely huge. I just saw Jeanette walk in. Hey, girl. So we're talking about the second in the top 5 for reclaiming your energy. The first was believing you are worth it, knowing you are worthy. Hi, Katrina. And the second is movement, actually creating that energy in your body, stretching the muscles, pumping the blood. You feel better after a workout, like you always do. You never regret it, right? So excuses will pop up, and creating the movement, creating the patterns, creating the environment where you can avoid those excuses are incredibly important. So it doesn't need to be an hour or 90 minutes. If you can get in 15 minutes a day, I want you to start with 15 minutes a day. I just want you to move and integrate real movement into your daily life. Joyful movement that makes you feel good. It should not be incredibly painful. You shouldn't have to drag yourself through your workout. There are going to be some days where you need that extra kick, but on a daily basis, it shouldn't be something you hate to do. And all of us might not find that thing that we absolutely love to do, and that's okay, but try a variety of different activities to help figure out what your body actually really likes to do. That's incredibly important. Mar says, learning so much. Yay, I'm excited. And the other things that come with movement, right? Boosting your metabolism, feeling really good, getting those endorphins up. It actually helps you, it increases your pain tolerance, right? It decreases that brain fog, right? Gets you thinking more clearly, gets you being more creative, gives you more patience. all of those things are incredibly, incredibly important when it comes to movement. So, and it helps decreasing anxiety, decreasing depression, and movement can be so therapeutic, right? Incredibly therapeutic. So that is number 2. So number 1 was believing you are worth it. Number 2 was movement. Yes, patience, right? I need it. Honestly, if I don't work out, go move, do some squats while you watch. If I don't move, I can literally tell you if I'm not working out consistently, moving in some way, even a walk, I have less patience. It's just what it is. I'm snippy. I can have an attitude. It's just what it is, right? So it helps me out so much. And then we're going to get into number 3 is sleep. Again, we all know sleep is incredibly important. But why, again, is it so important? It's important for our bodies. It's when our bodies can rest. It's when we restore. It's when we cleanse. We actually take plaques from your brain and remove them during sleep. It's going to help that set that circadian rhythm. So your sleep-wake cycles, if you can consistently wake up and go to bed around the same times, it's going to help your body adjust and process. And it's going to help your metabolism, and it's going to help your energy, and it's going to help your cravings, right? Hey, Stacy, come on in, come on in. So it's going to help all of those things. Yes, unless you have a crying baby waking you. So there's that period of time when sleep's not coming very consistently, right? And we know we kind of have to like get through that. We have a bunch of experts. I'm sure that can help you with that. First 3 months, out the window. Get the sleep whenever you can. But when you get to a point where you can be consistent, you're going to notice a difference, right? Again, lacking sleep for a few days is almost the same as walking around drunk without the wine, like without the good, like before, without the good taste, right? Sleeping is going to help blood vessels. It's going to help the leptin and the ghrelin, which is our hunger hormones, and the hormones that also makes us feel satisfied and full. Right? Why would you want to be drunk without wine? There's no point. There's no point at all, right? It's going to help regulate your blood sugar. So for people who are pre-diabetic or diabetics, incredibly important to work on your sleep. Everyone says talk about your food, but what about your sleep, right? Your sleep is going to help regulate your blood sugar. So incredibly important. Again, we go back to those dips and crashes, right? Those like highs where you're feeling really great, and you grab the coffee or you grab the donuts, and then you crash, because we're talking about blood sugar. And sleep is incredibly important when regulating blood sugar, keeping you on like a good, stable energy burn. And when you're getting good sleep, you know you're on fire, like you're productive, you can concentrate, you're not dealing with brain fog. Again, patience is key, right? And you can actually help improve your immune system. So at a time like this, improving our immune system can be as simple as making sure we're prioritizing our sleep. So sleep is incredibly important. So first, reclaiming your energy. 1 was knowing you are worth it. Prioritize yourself. 2 was movement, putting movement into our daily lives. And 3, we got into sleep. Now, of course, we have to talk about what you're putting in. So we have to talk about food and water. So when it comes to hydration, you know, everyone talks about how much you should be drinking, right? 8 glasses or what have you. Now, here's a very simple equation. Anybody can use it. And then you're going to work from there. Take your weight take your weight in pounds, divide that by 2. And that's the number of ounces you should aim for each day. So it's different for everyone. It's going to be different now for me in my 8th month of pregnancy as it is 5 months down the road. You're going to use that as a baseline. That is where you want to stretch to if you're not there already. And it's a number that fluctuates. It's going to fluctuate with humidity, with pregnancy, with activity, if you're sweating a lot. Yes, again, so take your weight in pounds, whatever that is. You don't got to tell me. That's totally all right. And you're going to divide that by 2. So your weight in pounds divided by 2, that is the number of ounces you want to aim for each day. And then what you're going to do is you're going to adjust by looking at your urine. That's the best indicator, right? It shouldn't be yellow. It shouldn't be super cloudy. And you can figure it out that way. You should be essentially emptying a full bladder every 2 to 3 hours, right? So we're talking about water. Hello, Linda and Rochelle. We're talking about reclaiming your energy. So now we're talking about water and food, what you put in, right? We are created by what we put in, and the majority of our body is made of water. So we need it. And I am all for spicing it up. Lemon and raspberry is probably my favorite combination, followed by the cucumber mint combination, but spice it up, right? So your weight in pounds divided by 2, number of ounces we can aim for. And then you're gonna play with that, right? You're gonna increase a little bit each day until you get to that point. You don't have to go all out on the first day. So small incremental habit changes that are going to affect your life in an amazing way when you can do them consistently. So that is water. Now we're going to talk about foods. So what I love for my clients to do, I teach them, it's called the magic plate. It's pretty much just the way to set up your plate. So it doesn't matter where you are, what you're doing, in a restaurant, on holiday, you can eat in a way that's enjoyable and still stays true to your goals. So this is making sure that half of your plate is fruit and veg. That's the carb. You have a little bit of starch, like a quarter starch. You have a quarter protein, and you have a little bit of healthy fat in there. So every meal, you want it to have protein, carb, healthy fats, and fiber. That is the magic kind of quadrant. If you have those in each one, it's going to slow down the breakdown of the sugars, which is going to help balance your energy. You're not going to get that spike and that crash. And notice I mentioned carbs. Listen, I love food. I'm West Indian. My background is Trini. We're eating roti and doubles and rice on a consistent basis, okay? Curries and everything in between. I'm never, ever going to tell somebody to not eat carbs again. Carbs taste good, okay? There is a limit though. There is a ratio. There is doubles, right? Come on, like you can't get anything better than that, right? So eating in a way that supports your body, eating in a way that makes you feel good. So if you eat something and 20 and 30 minutes later, you are bloated, you are fatigued, you know that is not the right thing for you. It might be the food combination, it might be the specific thing, right? So we have to get used to listening to our bodies. It's about being intuitive. It's about listening to what your body is telling you about what you're eating and responding to that. So if you eat something and you don't feel good, let's take it out for a little while, start again. If you're eating something and you feel great, you have energy, you don't feel overstuffed, you're not eating to the point of being stuffed, like the unbutton the pants feeling. We're not going for that. We're going for about a 70% full. So there is some turning inward that has to happen when it comes to our foods. Now, there are certain foods that you want to add to your diet. So you definitely want to add antioxidant foods. You definitely want to add superfoods that you can eat every day. You want to feel, and even things like fermented foods, right? Like tempeh and sauerkraut and kimchi, looking for those antioxidant foods. Cocoa, that's chocolate. I'm telling you to eat chocolate, right? You're looking for 70% or darker, 80% or darker. But yes, chocolate is great, has lots of magnesium. We're usually pretty deficient in that as well. Hey, Kaylin and Azeta, I love that. We're talking about reclaiming your energy. So things like dark chocolate, hemp, spirulina, flax, chia seeds, fermented foods, like I mentioned, kimchi, sauerkraut, kefir, tempeh, cultured yogurt and milks. They have amazing bacteria that is great for our microbiome. Okay, so now, ooh, like Etta James, Azetta James, I like that, hey girl. And now the final one, let me finish up because I'm talking too much. Number 5 is passion. This is probably my favorite one. Interjecting passion back into your life. Playing with and in your passion. Most people don't want to admit that they actually feel bogged down by their daily life. It is totally okay to admit that here. Life gets crazy sometimes. But we need to find a way to add back that zest, that curiosity, that exploration, that fun, that connection, especially now, back into our lives. That connection with yourself, that connection with our relationships, the connections with your romantic partner, with your family. It might be your work, it might be your hobbies. Hey, Chelsea, come on in. Life gets wild, it gets crazy, right? I totally agree with you. All the things you used to do that really made you excited. Hey, Krista. So remember, you used to like go to bed late, wake up early, and still have energy, right? It's because you were going to do something, or you were excited about going to a place or meeting a person or buying that thing, whatever it is. There was this excitement, right? And that helps build the energy. So tapping back into some of the things we used to do. Maybe you used to paint or draw or sing or dance. Maybe you are queen of trivia, right? Maybe you had a collection of magazines or trains or experimented with recipes, like whatever it is. Maybe you are the queen of comedy, like you can make a room laugh, right? Whatever it is, you went on adventures. Queen of baking, yes, yes. I can make a good banana bread, but that's pretty much it. You were going on adventures. You had moments in your life where you had butterflies, right? Like you were so excited about things. And you want to spark that joy, that excitement, and that creativity wherever you can in your life. So whether that's once a week, you have a paint night with your girls, or once a month, you dedicate time to this hobby, this thing that you used to love to do. You have to dive into that part of yourself that helps you feel alive again. Like mommy is allowed to have things outside of the home that make her feel amazing, really. And it's going to infuse your life with passion again. So sometimes we're thinking in a grayscale, right? Like life is just, you just do this thing day after day. But what we want you to do is have passion in life that shows up in vibrant, vibrant color. We want your life to be beautiful and colorful. There will be ups and downs, but I want you to lead a life that is full of joy and spark and energy and excitement. So we're going to go over those top 5 again. 1 is believe you are worth it. 2 is movement and exercise. 3 is sleep. 4 has to be food and water, what you take in. And 5 is interjecting that passion back into your life. So I am so happy you all came. If there are any questions, please pop them in. We can chat. Follow me on Instagram at Mrs. Chernell. You can find me on my website. Yes, sleep, right? Of course. Of course, we need sleep. Website, Vitality Movement, mvmt.com. You can find everything there. You can sign up for my newsletter that's going to be coming out consistently so I can help mamas feel amazing. I just want you to feel absolutely amazing. So thank you so much for being here. Any questions? Delegation, would I include delegation on the list? Yes, whatever keeps mom sane. So one thing that I learned is that my husband loads the dishwasher in a completely different way than I load the dishwasher. But it's okay, because he will load the dishwasher and then I don't have to do it. I kind of have to turn a blind eye, but he takes that on. He can take that on. That's totally okay. But delegation, yes, incredibly important. So I'm going to stick around. I'm going to be here. If you all want to stay, ask questions. We can get into each thing a little deeper if you want. But those are my top 5. It's tough. Yes, it is tough to let go of tasks. Once you're used to doing things a certain way, you want it done. You want it done your way. That way you know it's done right. But when you start to let go a little bit, you'll notice that things still get done. And like the kids are okay. Maybe they didn't eat the exact way you wanted them to eat. Maybe the dishwasher is not loaded the exact way I want it to be loaded, but the stuff still gets done and it gets washed, right? Like we have to open ourselves up to saying yes to help, right? We all need help sometimes. Any tips for uncovering what you're passionate about? Yes. So what I like to do is write down, you can just write it down. It's so important. Vision boards, yes, vision boards are absolutely cool. Vision boards are great. Writing down things that you like, things that you enjoy before, and things that you like, things that you enjoy now. Like, what is something, if I would ask you, what is something that you would like to try? Like, sometimes it's just a matter of diving in and trying it. Try a class, try like a free class. There are a million online. Try talking to your friends and family. What do they do? Finding maybe something you used to do when you were younger, right? Maybe you used to play softball, or maybe you used to go to a certain class or practice something and you've kind of forgotten about it, but you remember the feeling when you did it. That's what you're looking for. You're looking for that feeling, that spark, that joy. Adding music to my workouts is absolutely makes them way better. I like to do a variety of things, but finding out what you're passionate about, it comes in time. Like, it's a process, right? And we're not all just struck with this thing of this is what I want to do with my life. It doesn't always happen that way. And there's a lot of pressure for us to figure out exactly who we are and what we're passionate about at a very young age. And I think it evolves. It evolves with us, with time. I would say just dip your feet in the water and try a couple different things, right? Beautiful. You're welcome, Kaylin. So you sat in a quiet place with a notepad, tried to remember what you used to when you were young. Yes. And sometimes having a clear mind. So not trying to do it like I need to figure this out right now, but just writing a little bit every day. Writing a little bit every day, a couple things that pop into your head, maybe a song played and you thought of this, or a friend said something, or a commercial. Just keeping little notes and working with that and kind of building that in. I mentioned before, it took me a little while to figure out my ideal morning routine. It's like, oh my gosh, maybe I need to wake up like at 5 a.m. like all these other people do. That's not my thing. 5 a.m. is not my thing. But I did find out that I love just 10 minutes of meditation in the morning. That is my thing. And what I'm passionate about was I knew I wanted to help people. And I love music, absolutely love music. And I love kickboxing and deadlifting. Like, I love to lift heavy things. I just want to lift heavy shit. Like, that's okay. It's totally okay for that to be something that I like. And I like movement. And now sometimes the workout is not, I love the workout, but I love the results. I love how I feel afterwards. So that is something that I do consistently because I know what the results are. I'm going to feel better. I'm going to have more energy. I'll be there for my kids kind of in a version A mommy mode, right? Like, it's not the version C or D that is always tired. Hey, Alex, come on in. So we covered the top 5 ways to reclaim your energy. 1 was believing you are worth it, knowing that you are important and you need to be a priority. 2 was movement, getting movement into your daily life. It doesn't have to be a 90-minute workout. It could be a 10-minute dance break in your kitchen, right? It could be 20 minutes of a home workout video that you like. Billy Blank's Taibo used to be my thing. Absolutely. Hello. The 3rd was sleep. Getting your sleep on track, because sleep is going to affect all of the organs, all of the systems in your body. Our 4th was water and food. We did a little equation, right? So your body weight in pounds divided by 2, that was the number of ounces you want to focus and aim for. And it adjusts with time. If you're working a lot, if you're sweating, if you're pregnant like I am, I'm currently 8 months pregnant, I'm 34 weeks. And it fluctuates, and you just want to watch how your body responds to that. And 5th, thank you. This is baby girl number 3. Baby girl number 3. And the 5th was passion, making sure that you have passion in your life, whether that's with your partner, whether that's sparking passion with a hobby or something you used to do when you were younger. Maybe it's dance or painting or collecting, whatever it is, getting that excitement and creativity back in your life. So 5th was passion. And that one gets me every time, because it's so important to not forget ourselves, to not forget that fun, playful side, that adventurous side. So those were the top 5. So if you love, you can follow me, as I mentioned, again, at Mrs. Chernell on Instagram. My website is Vitality Movement, MVMT.com. And you'll see everything there. We can book a call. I would love to chat with you all more specifically about your life and what's going on with you and your roadblocks and how to get to that next level version of you. Because we're busy moms, but we all deserve to feel amazing, right? We really, really do. Any other questions? I will hang around a little bit, can tell you a little bit about me. What do you want to know? I'm having such a great time. I can't thank Ilana and Osana and Mikey and the crew. They're doing such great work, such amazing work here with Moms Toronto and MomFest. Azetta, thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I hope we have some real takeaways, some actionable steps. It's not just airy-fairy theory. It's based in theory, but they're actionable steps that you can take. I'm all about tiny habits, small, tiny habits that you can implement into your life every day. It doesn't need to be a full overhaul. It does need to be unique to you, right? The health and fitness industry has some change. It's changing now. There are a lot more people that are very vocal about how one-sided the view is of health and beauty and fitness. And it doesn't need to be overwhelming, and it doesn't need to be about deprivation, but it needs to be unique to you. So you need somebody on your side that is willing to kind of dig through the crap with you, get rid of the roadblocks, maybe push you a little bit to those new heights. And I would love to chat with anybody about anything when it comes to reclaiming their energy. Because when you have that energy, then the world is yours, right? You can be that version of yourself that you've always envisioned. I want you to have a clear vision of her, right? You can be in business, at home, with your kids, enjoying your life. You can be that version of yourself that you've always dreamed of. And it comes down to making yourself a priority and knowing that once you have that energy, you're limitless. You can do anything, right? You have to have the right support system. It's absolutely incredibly important to do that. Beautiful. Anyone else? Any questions? Does anybody want to like pop on screen with me? I don't even know how to do that. I love vision boards. I actually do really well with writing it out. Sometimes vision boards don't get me going the same way as actually just starting to write. And sometimes you start to write and you get stuck, but then it all just starts pouring out, right? So incredibly, incredibly important. Ooh, I loved this. There are so many great sessions. I've seen a lot of them. I've listened to a lot of them. I'm probably going to continue to go listen to the rest of them. It's been absolutely great. Yes, write it out first. Yes, sometimes for me, it's words as well. I connect more to like seeing the word, writing it down, making it something physical I can touch and feel. And as I mentioned before, there's a really crazy connection between thinking something and then writing it down on paper. It has to go through your motor pathways. It gets ingrained in your body in a different way. So words are incredibly important. But for some people, vision boards work magnificently. For me, I've always found that writing it down is the thing. That's the thing that keeps me consistent. It keeps me coming back to it, keeps me remembering it. And it kind of opens it up, right? What you expose yourself to, your level of exposure, really influences what you see and how you react to certain things in your life. Ooh, is this a question for Fran about certain programs to create a vision board? Print or paste? So I know some ladies that just, they pull out the boards, the magazines, the Pinterest, they print out stuff. I know there are specific certain programs for creating vision boards and how to create them in a more kind of effective way. But like I said, I do a lot more of writing than I do vision boarding. Like I have journals and notebooks. We all, a lot of us like notebooks, right? Journals and notebooks and all of that kind of stuff. But I love writing it down. I have it in a journal, but then I also have it in my like organizer, my planner, where I can like see it almost every day. And I remind myself of those things. Seeing it consistently is important. Choosing what you surround yourself with is important. I often get my clients to write out whatever they're looking for or whatever they need to hear and put it someplace where they can see it. So it's, like I said, it's on your laptop, it's on your bathroom mirror, it's in your notebook. I want you to see it. I want you to read it every day. And what I like to do when it comes to affirmations is an I am statement. So I am, and you're putting the thing that you want as if you are it now. So I am worthy, I am capable, I am a consistent earner, I am, healthy, I am working out consistently, I am a lover of travel. Like whatever it is you want, you write it down in the present tense, right? So I am, and you read that every single day, every day. You got to get it in there. You got to change the vibration of your body, right? Like you got to get it in there to start living it out here. Incredibly, incredibly important. So I don't use a certain program, but if anybody knows of any programs that you use for vision boarding specifically, please pop it in the chat. Right, you have to rewrite the script in your head. Absolutely. What we tell ourselves is kind of what we live. So if you're always telling yourself like, oh, I'm not good at this. Oh my God, I'm not a morning person. Oh, I wish I was better than this. That is replaying in your head and in your body all the time. Now, if you start to change that language and you start to tell yourself, I am good at this, or I am learning this, or I am going to achieve this, it changes. Everything changes. You start to notice possibilities. You start to notice where you're falling off. You might be able to check yourself. You might be your own motivation, right? You have to rewrite the script. That is beautiful. I agree. I absolutely agree. Old-fashioned magazines and markers. Yep. I have sat on the floor with my children and done the old school thing. Like everybody grab a marker, grab some scissors, grab a magazine. Let's do this. And I do my thing and they do their thing, right? You can make a whole night out of it with your girls, right? Some wine, some cutting and pasting, right? You can't, some of us are bubbled up again with this pandemic, but some of us can still connect even via Zoom. I know there've been Zoom classes for vision boarding as well. So doing that, peel back the layers, which is a process. Yes. And then write. It is a process. And the process is not easy, right? Peeling back those layers means digging to the stuff that we've purposely buried because we don't really want to deal with it. But if you can dig that stuff up, it's going to help you get past. It's going to help you get to another level. It's going to help you discover why these roadblocks keep coming up. Because typically, how you do one thing is how you do everything. Let's just say that. It sounds a little weird, but it really is true. If you're always a procrastinator, you're probably going to procrastinate at different stages of your life, in different areas of your life. If you're always searching for something specific, you're probably always going to be getting the same results in different areas of your life. I was the person who always started something and never really followed through, never finished it. Until I started digging back and understanding why. And then I started to finish projects, right? So how you do one thing is how you do everything. So peeling back the layers, understanding what those roadblocks are, and putting the environment in place, the environment being external environment, the people around you, the things around you, the space you have, and internal environment. What you're telling yourself, what you're watching, what you're listening to, what you're eating and drinking. Changing the environment is going to help you change your life. And that is incredibly important. That's something that I've learned along the way, something that I always work with my clients to do as well. So beautiful. It's been amazing. How many? We have 6 people still here hanging out. Everybody say hi. Any more questions about energy? What are you struggling with when it comes to your energy? Are you crashing and dipping in the afternoon? Are you struggling with your sleep? Are you energy crashing and like you need to eat something or drink something? Crashing after lunch. Okay, so if you're crashing, what I would say is we have to look at what you're eating at lunch and how you're sleeping. So essentially what happens is you take in food. If it's heavy on the carbohydrates always break down into sugar, right? Glucose. Glucose is going to spike your blood sugar. Then your pancreas is going to start spitting out that insulin to bring your blood sugar back down. But what happens is our bodies are so used to that influx of sugar that it takes too much of it out of your blood. So when it takes it out of your blood, it sends it to your muscles and your brain and your liver and a bunch of other cells. But what happens is it takes out too much of the blood sugar, and then you crash, and then you feel lethargic, and you get moody, and you can't focus. And then that leaves you craving to grab something quick for quick energy. So what you have to look at is what you're actually eating at lunch, right? Because usually the crash comes maybe an hour after lunch, 30 minutes after lunch, when your body's had time to digest and absorb. So I would definitely start looking at what you're actually eating at lunch, because that might be the key. That might be the key right there for that midday after lunch crash. Looking at what you're eating there might be the trick for you. There are so many other things that you can play with, like we said, sleep, movement, this and that, but I would start there. If there's a consistent time where you're feeling that energy dip and that crash, I would look at what happens maybe an hour before that, just before that. I would start looking there. Beautiful. You're welcome, Fran. Yes, absolutely. You got to look at kind of what happens previous, even like emotionally, what happens before you eat the thing, right? What are you feeling? What are you thinking? What real nourishment are you looking for? Sometimes we turn to things to nourish us and we need something totally different, but we go to what's quick and what's easy, what's conventional. It doesn't always work for us, but it's something that's convenient and it's easy. So we usually go there first. When you're creating kind of a new habit in your brain, it's like walking through a field for the first time, right? There's no clear path. But once you've done something enough times, there's a very clear path. It's tread. It's clear. So it becomes the easy route, right? Not necessarily the best option for us, but the easiest one. So when it comes to setting up some new habits, it's hard at first. It's hard at first because you're creating a new pathway. But once you do it enough times, it will then become the automatic response. And then you've kind of totally you've overhauled a bad habit by not just stopping the habit, but by understanding it and replacing it with something that serves you better. Beautiful. Yeah. That's what I'm here for. I want to help. I want to help you feel amazing. I want to help you feel great. Any other questions, ladies? I should probably go, but I want to stay. Oh, yes. So energy, reclaiming your energy, feeling good. So I'll tell you a little bit more about me for those who came in a little bit later. So I am a vitality coach. Yes, have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for coming. And I have 2 daughters. I have one on the way. I am 34 weeks pregnant. And after my first, I crashed hard in terms of energy. I'm typically a pretty energetic person. I grew up in an active household. But once I became an adult, I had to do it for myself, right? And after my daughter, I crashed. Energy was bad, cravings were crazy, moodiness, obviously, lack of sleep, and arguments with my partner, and couldn't focus in terms of work. And I had to really tap into all of these areas in order for me to get back to me, in order for me to feel amazing, to start doing the things I always wanted to do. I had to believe I was worth the effort. I had to focus on my food and my water and my sleep. I had to get movement into my day every day for me to feel amazing. I can feel the difference when I don't move. And I had to start having fun. I had to start playing and being passionate about things again. And those are my top 5. It is not a comprehensive list. There are so many other ways that you can help get that energy back in your life. But these are my top 5. Absolutely. So thank you. I hope everyone has a beautiful day. Enjoy the rest of MomFest. And I will see you later. Please reach out, follow me, message me, DM me. You can find me, Facebook, Instagram, my website. I would love to chat more there. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a beautiful, beautiful MomFest.